Thank you for choosing Clone Systems multi-tenant scanning portal. We sincerely appreciate your trust in our product. Our multi-tenant approach offers a personalized touch reflecting your brand identity, complemented by an approved scanning solution. We take pride in providing dedicated 24/7 support for prompt assistance. Today's video covers 4 key topics: a comprehensive dashboard review, the rebranding process, organization creation, and a review of our user-friendly wizards. Thank you again for your interest in our multi-tenant solution, and we look forward to assisting you in scaling and supporting your security scanning model.
Welcome to Clone Systems multi-tenant solution. For today's purposes, I'm going to show you how to utilize the multi-tenant features under the PCI ASV scanning service. Keep in mind that all of these features can be applied to the services within the portal. Once you access your multi-tenant portal, you will be directed to the admin dashboard. On the dashboard, you will see the number of clients that you've set up as organizations. This ensures that all of your clients' information are segmented from one another on the portal. This is where you can also manage service access and licenses. You can also create users within the portal to provide the client with direct portal access. If this is not your current model, you do have the option to manage the solution on behalf of your client and send them recommendations outside of the portal. You then can see all of the vulnerabilities that have been discovered amongst your clients' scanned assets. This is your current license usage, so how many IPs are in use and how many have been allocated out to your clients. These are the wizards that can be leveraged to streamline a lot of the processes within the portal. The user wizard is going to allow you to set up an organization and create user profiles. The white labeled wizard is going to allow you to rebrand the portal with your company logo and company information. So all of that's going to be applied to any reporting that's generated from the portal, as well as notifications that are sent out to the clients. The SAQ wizard is going to help streamline that process for your clients by identifying what SAQ type they are based off of their requirements. The scan wizard is going to allow you to set up scans as well as schedules to ensure that those scans are kicking off at the proper date and time. First, we're going to take you through the manual setup of organizations and users, as well as rebranding the portal, and then we'll go back and show you how to do that via wizards. In order to rebrand the portal manually, you're going to go to Admin Preferences. This is where you're going to be able to edit all of the company information that's applied to the portal. With that will be your company name, phone support, email support, company URL, and portal URL. This is the URL that your clients will use to access the portal. We do allow you to set up a vanity URL during the implementation process, and our engineers will request a cert and key file to do so. You can also edit the copyright and footer information. Then you have the ability to upload your logo and apply that to the portal. All of this will also be applied to the reporting that is generated from the portal as well. You then have the option to set up notifications that will be sent out to your clients. All of the messaging can be completely customized as well. The notifications will be sent out to your clients when the scan starts and when the scan completes. Please keep in mind that you also have the ability to disable these notifications by toggling the button here. You also have the ability to customize the email that is sent up to your client during their setup process. This is the messaging that they will receive when they need to log into the portal. This will come with their password and user information to access. This is where you can customize marketing material that is generated within the portal. You have the ability to customize the colors to fit your brand identity. Anything you select will be applied to the material, and you can visualize that by clicking Preview. For setting up your client, you're going to go to View Details for the organization, and you're going to add New Organization. This is where you're going to input your client's organization's name. Once you input their name, you're then going to enable whatever service you want them to have access to. So in this instance, we're going to provide access to the PCI ASV scanning service. Now this is going to enable that bubble and highlight it so that the client can enable and access those services. Any service that's disabled will be grayed out, so they will not be able to access. Under additional features, this is where you're going to be able to give your client access to internal vulnerability scanning and internal penetration testing. Keep in mind that those features would have to be enabled prior to enabling the internal scanning portion. You also can give your client access to remediation modules. This is going to allow your client to create plans and assign out vulnerabilities and track that remediation process over time to ensure that you're properly cleaning up those vulnerabilities and your security posture is improving. Then you would go ahead and set up your license for this client. Now you have the ability to manage the start and expiration date, as well as allocate the amount of IPs that they need to scan. Once you fill out that information, you can then go ahead and create that organization. Then you can create your user that you want to set up for those organizations. In order to do that, you'll go to View Details and Add New User. Now there's two roles that you can set up for a user. The first being that admin role, and that's the role that we're currently seeing, which allows an individual to see all of the organizations and all of the scans, all of the reporting that have been set up within the portal. A user is only going to have access to the organization that you assign them to. Once you set that up, you can then select a username and then generate a one-time password for them to access that account. Now, once they access the account, they're then going to be prompted to set up a new password. You would then put in their email address and then the time zone, and then you would create that user. Now, this will provide direct portal access. If you want to manage the solution on behalf of your user, you can leverage our impersonation feature. By going to the user, you would then go over to the Options tab and click Switch User. That will pull you into their dashboard, and as you can see, this is a single tenant view. So they're only going to have access to their vulnerabilities, their scans, their reports, and anything that has to do with their organization. This ensures that all of the companies are segmented from one another. Keep in mind that regardless of whether you provide direct access to your client, you're always going to want to create a user for that client's organization. In order to properly segment your customers, by creating a user, you're going to then perform scans and generate reports under that user. This ensures that all of the reports are automatically populated with the correct company information. All of the processes shown today can be done using the portal wizards. In order to create users and organizations, you'll go to the user wizard. First, you would put in their username, generate a password, and then put in the email. Please keep in mind that you do not have to provide direct access to your clients. You can manage the solution on behalf of them by putting in a dummy email account and impersonating the user. Then you would create an organization that you would like to assign them to. You can then select their start and expiration date for their license and allocate how many IPs you want them to have access to. Once that's completed, you can confirm all of the information and select the Create button. Our white labeled wizard will allow you to rebrand the portal. Initially, you'll put in all of your company information, including the company name, phone support, email support, company URL, portal URL, and footer information. Next, you have the ability to upload your company logo. You would select the file and apply the logo to the portal. Once all of that information is reviewed, you can then save changes to apply all of the configurations. The SAQ wizard is used to help identify what SAQ type you or your client needs to fill out based on their requirements. The SAQ wizard will ask you a series of questions to determine what SAQ type you are. For example, if you're an online e-commerce, it will then ask you, do you store or process cardholder data? If you do not, it will ask, is your payment processing fully outsourced or do you redirect to a payment processor? If you redirect, it will then populate the correct form that you need to fill out. You can then start the SAQ and it will break it down into 4 steps. It will pre-populate a lot of the information based off of the questions that you had answered. Please keep in mind that you do have the ability to start and save your progress. The Scan Wizard can be used to help create and set up schedules for your scans. Initially, you would select a target or create a new target. Next, you would then set up a schedule. First, it will ask you if this scan will reoccur on a regular basis. If that's the case, it will then take you to the scheduling. You can create a new schedule or use a schedule that already exists. You also have the ability to perform the scan as a one-off, so you do not have to schedule it. Next, it will ask you if you want to set up notifications. These notifications will let your client know when a scan starts and when a scan completes. You have the ability to add those or disable those. Once the scan information is confirmed, you can then create the scan. Thank you for watching Clone Systems training video on our multi-tenant white labeled portal. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our technical support team at esupport@clone-systems.com.